Okay, here's the next video. Um, Biscuit cries when he's sad or depressed. I actually have video of this on my channel. The big thing for him is going potty. If you scold him when he goes potty, he'll find some place to hide. It really bothers him, makes him depressed. So really the thing is never scold him about going potty where he shouldn't go. I spent a lot of years scolding him and didn't realize how badly I was stressing him out. And he would go and hide in his cubby, which was back in the closet, and I didn't know that it was bothering him that much. And once I stopped scolding him, he quit going back in that cubby. So, and he would go back there for 4 hours sometimes. So it was really stressing him. So no more scolding with potty. And if he has to go potty, if he's on you, he'll never go potty on you. I mean, he's gone potty on me maybe twice in the last 2 years when he gets really comfy and just does not want to move or he's not feeling good. But he'll fuss if he's on you. He'll make his fussy noise. That means put me down and take me potty. And if he fusses and you're not sure what he wants and you say you got to go potty, potty, he'll get more excited and let you know that's what he wants to do. Or sometimes he'll just straight up say potty, 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 and that means put him where he needs to go potty. Biscuit also makes a very tiny, tiny chirp when he's sad, depressed, or cold. And it's important to pick up on this because when he's cold, I mean, he always makes this noise. And definitely when he's sad or depressed, you'll hear him make this noise. And it sounds like this. It's very a tiny chirp. Hope you could hear that. Um, Things you can ask Biscuit are, you want some juice? You want some hamburger? You want some Mountain Dew, orange, which means, orange juice, orange mandarin slices. You can say, are you hungry? And he knows what that means. You want to go to bed, and you see if he gets excited. Or you can put him on your finger after you ask him if he wants to go to bed and take him towards his cage. And when you put your hand in there, if he jumps on his perch, that means, yes, I want to go to bed. If he just keeps sitting on your hand, that means I'm not ready. You can also ask him, can I have a kiss? And sometimes he'll give you a kiss. And I always over enunciate everything. I think I mentioned this in a video. I will say, like for orange, I'll say, do you want some orange? Or Mountain Dew, I will say, do you want some Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew. Or hamburger, I say, you want some hamburger? Hamburger. And he really knows what that means. That's why I over enunciate. Biscuit pretty much only gets upset if you try and take him someplace he does not want to go. Sometimes if he thinks you're taking his food, he'll get upset. And he has an issue with popcorn. He loves popcorn, and sometimes even if you're giving it to him, he'll start getting upset. For some reason, he doesn't want you near or taking his popcorn. I don't know why. And you can tell when he's upset, he'll actually grumble a little bit. You'll hear him, and usually he'll fluff up his feathers on top of his head and his body. If you really need to take him somewhere, what you do is you bunch up in a ball a dish towel, bunch up a dish towel really tight, and then take the towel and put it underneath his body, and he will jump on. Even if he's in his cage and you need him to get out for some important reason, just put that dish towel ball underneath him, and he'll come. I never try to make him do something he doesn't want to do, and that is really what he makes what makes him happy, and I think that's what makes conures and parrots happy. Some of the things he says, I mentioned before, he says, come on a lot. He says, get mine, get the sweet when he's playing. He'll say, pretty baby. He'll say, I love you, very, very, very soft. That's a real hard one. And it's usually when you're sleeping with him, when he's sleeping on the side of my head, he'll say that. He'll also say, stop that. If you're getting upset about something, he'll holler, stop that. And if he goes potty, like on the carpet, he used to say a lot when I used to scold him, he'd say, you don't go potty out here, you go potty in the cage. And he'd fluff up his feathers and everything. Now he doesn't say that very much anymore because I don't scold him. And he'll say, other things he says is get you some juice, get you some corn, bath. When he wants a bath, he'll say bath. He'll say bed when he wants to go to bed. And that almost sounds the same as bath. He'll say biscuit, his own name a lot. He'll say biscuit. And he says my ex-girlfriend's name a lot. He'll say Juju. Where's your Juju? Where's your Juju? My ex-girlfriend's name was Julie, so he'll say Juju. He says Biskibut. That's something I made up. Biskibut. Biskibut. And sometimes he'll say Biskibut. And he'll say get you, which is get you. That's the first thing he ever said when he was a baby. I had him like 4 months and he said get you. And he'll say where the baby? That's where the baby. He'll say where the baby? Where the baby? And when I give him hot hamburger, sometimes it's a little hot. I'll say to him hot, 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 hot. Or coffee. He knows how to sip hot coffee. But it's best to tell him hot, hot, hot when you give him something hot. That way he knows it's hot and he'll be careful when he's eating it and sipping coffee. And a lot of times he'll say, don't you bite, don't you bite. And he'll say pretty baby. I used to try to say it to him really deep and really high. And it sounds like this. He'll say this a lot. He says, bitty beep, bitty beep. That's pretty baby in a low tone. And he'll say, pretty baby. But he says it this way. He says, bitty bee, bitty bee. And he loves that because he'll actually scream that. And I have a video of that online, so check that out. You know, I've had 3 surgeries with my cancer on my back. I have thyroid cancer. They took out my thyroid. I had 3 operations, 2 staph infections, a C. diff infection. I had kidney failure a while back. But they've had to actually cut me open, my back open 3 times. I had hardware in my back. They had to take that out. And I have about a 10-inch scar down the middle of my back. But after my first surgery, I hadn't seen Biscuit in a month, and he came out to see me when I brought his cage in, and wasn't that friendly for about 4 hours. And I was in very bad shape right after surgery. I was in really bad trouble, and I live alone. So after a little after 4 hours, he came over and he laid on the side of my head for 2 days, only to eat and go potty. He was right there. He's been the greatest companion I've ever had. This is a very, very sweet little animal. He's very sensitive. He's very loving. He's very smart. He's just sweet as sugar. He's really something. He's the biggest joy that God's ever given me in my entire life. This little guy means so much to me. He means everything to me. He's just a beautiful little baby, and I mean, I spoil him to death, but he gives back. He's just a sweetheart, and you'll love this little guy. You just won't believe how sweet he is. And here's something a little different, but I got to share it. Whenever you take off your shoes and socks, when he sees bare toes, he thinks it's your babies, his babies. And you could say to him, get your babies, and he'll go down and actually play with your toes, and he'll say, hi, and he'll start talking to your toes and biting on your toes. And sometimes when he's laying on my side on the futon, I always lay on my side because of my cancer, I would say, do you want your babies? Do you want your babies? And he'd get all excited and come towards me, bobbing his head all the way up, right up next to my face. And then I'd take off my sock, and he'd go running down there and go up to his babies and say, hi. But it's really funny now. I don't have to say, did you want your babies? It's all I have to do is say one word. I just say, did. Did. That's it. And he comes running and gets excited. This might be my last video. I'm not sure. But at this point, I think it might be. If I make another video, it will be just some extra added things. But I hope you love this little guy as much as I do. He is really something. He's a blessing from God. He's a great joy. And you, the new owner, I'm so glad you're taking him. It means so much to me. Dr. Rich said he would try to find a good owner. And I imagine you're going to be a good owner, and you're going to love him and take care of him. He's going to be one of the best companions you've ever had. He is the best companion I've ever had. Okay, God bless. Thank you.